Hi there, I'm Dina at Next Small Step, and today I want to cover strategies that we can use to get our babies from belly crawling up onto their hands and knees and crawling. Because oftentimes our babies are going to do all kinds of funky things. They're going to go into plank, they're going to do downward dog, they're going to go up onto their knees, and they're going to fall down onto their belly, and as they try to coordinate getting onto hands and knees crawling. Other times though, kids are gonna get really, really good at belly crawling, and they're gonna start pulling to stand. And we really want our babies to 4-point crawl. We want them on their hands and knees because there's a lot of muscle strength that goes into the hands, that goes into the shoulders, that comes with hands and knees crawling. So for those of you who have little belly crawlers, and want to work on getting them onto their hands and knees, or you're noticing they're on their hands and knees and they just can't quite coordinate, these are the things for you. These are your tips and tricks. So I'm going to go from simplest to most complicated, because there's a lot of different ways we can help our kids. So the first and feel obvious is you could give your babies practice over your leg. Now, some of our babies are going to start belly crawling before they learn how to sit, and that's fine. Other babies are going to be belly crawling and learning how to sit simultaneously, also fine. But so you can go from sitting to hands and knees, or you can just put your baby on their hands and knees over your leg. Either way, it all kind of depends on where your baby is coming into this for their transitions. Making sure though, and I'm actually going to turn Vinny around here so that you can see his hands. You're going to want to make sure that you've got a flat toy here for them to play with. Now I know this isn't flat, but this is heavy. You don't want a manipulative toy that your baby can just pick up and go, okay, that's not helping anyone. You want a flat toy. The VTech Sit to Stand has that faceplate that comes off. You can have a tray of water. Whatever big toy your baby wants to engage with, you want them to be here because you want them practicing pushing up through their arms, and you also want them practicing being on their hands and knees as they learn to rock and play. Now, so that's trick number one, just getting them on their hands and knees. I'm going to turn Vinny around again because some of your babies are not going to like this. You're going to try to bend both of their knees underneath them, and they are going to arch. They might come up. They're going to kick. I do not like to help babies with both hands. I like to use just one hand on one leg and stabilize one side. And that allows them to kick and play and rotate and do all the things that they want to do without restricting them. So I like to just bring in one little leg right here while the babies are playing with their toys. Now, from here, my other really fun activity to get kids from their bellies up onto their hands and knees for practice is climbing over things. So from here, you can move the toy, remember, move the dang toy further away and have your baby practice climbing over your legs. This is really, really great because if you've got a belly crawler who's coming in and you give them an obstacle, they have to push up, get up and over, they have to tuck their knees underneath them, get them all the way over to get to the toy. I use snacks, I use a really motivating toy, you can use the TV remote, whatever is crazy motivating for your little. So that's climbing over an obstacle. I love to just use my leg because it seems to be the right height. Like you want to think like pool noodle, you want to think low calf, something that's a couple inches off the ground. Now, another fun strategy to work on with these belly crawlers is climbing over pillows, blankets, anything that provides them with some resistance. So again, they're belly crawling up and over here, and this really soft, smushy surface provides a bit of a resistance challenge. It's like a baby ball pit or a baby obstacle course. And it's going to encourage them to really engage their legs to pull up and under as they struggle to get up and over the pillow. You can use throw pillows from the couch. You can use pillows from your bed. You can use a blanket kind of mushed up on the ground. Always supervised, but that's a really nice way to engage their trunk muscles and get them up and over. Now, other tricks. I really like to use kneeling to get booty strength for babies for practicing hands and knees play. So this is going to be, I was not prepared. I should have had a low kneeling surface. Okay, we're gonna go with my leg because my kneeling surface is actually propping up my computer. Awesome, right? So we're gonna take a low box. You want to think really low because we don't want our babies kneeling vertically. We actually want them in a partial 4-point position. So you want the surface to be pretty low. Think like 3 to 4 inches up off the ground. And you're going to put them into kneeling and let them play here and let them rock down to their heels and come up and then down to their heels and come up. This is a really nice way to get babies used to putting weight through their knees. Okay. Final trick for those babies who are really, really good belly crawlers. The nice way, there's one really quick test that you can use to help your baby get up onto their hands and knees. You're gonna take your pointer fingers, you're gonna go right in here underneath their hip bones. So these really big pointy bones right here, and you're just gently going to lift up. Now, a baby who has enough abdominal strength and is ready to start getting up onto hands and knees is immediately going to respond to you by tucking their knees under. From here, they're going to practice rocking. They might take a big lunge forward and then retuck, push up. This is called the inchworm. And then lunge forward and retuck. But you can practice with your baby by just lifting a little bit at their booty and seeing how their legs respond. It's really, really fun. Now, from here, if your baby is pretty comfortable and doing some reaching and doing some rocking, you're going to want to add a reach because they have to be able to rock, lift up a hand, and then take another stride. So by having that big flat toy here, you get them up onto their hands and knees, you can give them a little bit of help, but then you're going to want to give them a toy to practice reaching for so they can really practice that unilateral weight bearing through one arm to get towards crawling. Okay, another fancy, this is going to be the hardest way to help your baby get up onto their hands and knees, and not every baby's ready for it, but we're going to come in and I'm going to show you. You can actually get them up onto their hands and knees from the front. You're going to use their upper arm and shoulder, and you're going to bring them up onto their hands and then gently lift through their trunk right here with your fingers. And again, they should automatically tuck up those knees. So again, your baby is down here on their forearms. You're going to bring them up onto their hands, have your hands wrapped around the top of their arms, your fingers down here at their trunk, and you're going to give them a little lift, and it's hard with Vinny, and they would tuck up their knees. Now, this is not going to work for every baby who does not have the core strength yet to get up onto their hands and knees. So this is the most advanced move, but give it a shot and play with it. See how you like it. Otherwise, your baby might need more practice over your leg, doing more crawling over your leg, all the other things to work towards getting up onto hands and knees. All right, I hope that was helpful. And let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and always reach out with anything. I hope you all have a great day.